www.woca.com. Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala!
All right, 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Tuesday morning. It is January 5th, 2016. You're listening to AM Ocala Live on WOCA The Source, broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, where it is 47 degrees. Forecast is calling for it to stay relatively cool today, only reaching around 60 with lows tonight, back around where it was last night, around 48 degrees, I guess, is the expected low for Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Good morning, Robin. How are you?
Good. Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Pretty good. Got a good show here. We're ready to do
Nice.
7:35 to 8, as we do every morning. We will bring news items to the program and offer our thoughts on those, offer an opportunity for our listeners to express their thoughts on it. Robin is doing some housekeeping here. So that's what we'll do. There's a few stories in the news. I don't know if there's one jumping out at me. Well, I'll do with it when we get there. Should I wait till then? I don't know. We'll see. News Bites at 8:35. It's kind of the same thing, except we don't offer commentary. We don't try to be entertaining. I don't really know that we try to be entertaining at 7:35 either. In fact, I'm not really sure what time of the day we try to be entertaining.
I don't think we try. I think we're just ourselves, and
Sometimes we
everything just floats together.
9:05, Carol Ann Baldwin will be in the studio. She is a master gardener, and she'll be talking about what to do with this cold weather with your plants.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like the idea that it stops everything from growing, so I don't got to cut things.
I know. I like the grass.
Matt
or
Gibbs,
your bougainvillea.
Matt Gibbs will be on at 10:05. If you've listened to Matt for a while, you know he's normally on Mondays, but he made a decision late last year to change as of the new year to doing a Tuesday program. I think it's something to do with work.
Yeah, because usually Mondays, it's like super busy on businesses on Mondays that are closed on Sundays. So.
That's right, too. The New York Daily News had a report, and I don't know if I don't want to give Matt show prep, but I printed up an article from him from the New York Daily News, the 10 most important new cars of 2016. So I'm kind of just going to see what he has to say about these cars.
Okay.
The 10 most important new cars of 2016.
Nice.
Don't ask me why they're important. What would be an important improvement for you? An important improvement for me in cars. An important improvement for me in cars. My biggest problem with cars is not the cars, it's the drivers. If that makes sense. So all of this no-crash, anti-crash technology, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because basically what you're telling me is you're trying to figure out a way to keep, because there would never be a crash. There would almost never be a crash if people drove properly. Almost never, right?
Exactly.
The only time there would be is when there was mechanical failure, like a wheel fell off, or or steering locked up, or brakes failed.
Yeah.
But I bet you if you were to try and do a study on this, I bet you 90+% of all accidents are human error.
Oh, I believe that. Sure.
And
Sure,
maybe
I
even
believe
human
that.
foolishness. I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of nutty people
Foolishness.
out there.
Yeah, foolishness.
Damage
Pay
Control at
attention.
10:35. That's Joe Reckel's segment in his show. He's the host who will answer your questions about your projects, your do-it-your-home remodeling projects you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. Dr. Cliff Thomas at 11:05. Dr. Thomas is a board-certified surgeon experienced in the fields of trauma, pediatric surgery, and major burns. He's an entrepreneur, and he's written a diet book. You didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
Except for the time of year. So if it's January and there's a doctor on the list, it just might be about losing weight.
Yeah.
Anyway, he has something about the esophageal weight loss surgery that he talks about.
Yep.
What is that? We'll find out, right?
Esophageal, I think.
Okay, well, I pronounced it wrong, but that's from the esophagus, right?
Yes.
So what does he do? Cut
Yeah.
your throat?
I don't know. I hope not.
That'll lose you weight. You lose weight
Yeah.
then.
Exactly. There's nothing going to happen down there.
The 1 hour power diet. 1 hour can change your life, and it can only take minutes. So I don't know what it is. Now I'm
don't know.
curious. He's cut your esophagus. Oh, the food. Oh, look, Mom, the food's on the floor. Well, that's where it should be.
Yeah, that's right.
It felt good going down your throat, didn't it? Didn't make it to your stomach.
You can pretend to eat, yes.
You look so nice. It's a nice outfit you've got.
My
on.
mother gave it to me for Christmas. It was my Christmas gift from her.
That's a nice looking outfit.
Thank you. It's a sweater.
11. Fun with Joe. Fun with Joe today. We have. Today is National. I think it's international. Actually, International Inventors Day.
Really?
Yep. So we celebrate the people who invented things that made our lives easier and better and whatever.
Cool.
So I'll ask you, questions about inventions and inventors, etc., on Fun with Joe. And the Galen segment. Oh, it's new things that you can try. They're not necessarily new inventions. I was looking for inventions because today's International Inventors Day. But some of these things are not new inventions. They're just things maybe you never tried before.
Okay.
Like this fast pass for the airport. I never knew there was such a thing. You could get
Me neither.
You could get past the what's it called?
TSA.
TSA. Get past those guys. Mm-hmm. Anybody? Nobody remembers TSS. You don't remember TSS from New York, do you?
No,
TSS?
I don't
Okay.
remember that.
Just curious how many. It was a
What does it
department
stand
store.
for?
Times Square stores.
Oh, TSS, Times Square stores.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I don't know
Well,
if anybody remembers
you
that.
told me about Times Square stores, but you never said TSS before.
You know, that's what. Oh, I never thought of it. I forgot about it until you just said. What's it called? TSP.
TSA.
TSA at the airport. See,
Yeah.
I haven't really been on an airplane in a long time.
Well, the last time I flew up to New York, we had gotten our tickets like 6 weeks in advance. And then when we got to the airport to the line, I guess that gave them enough time to check us out. So they put us in that fast line there. We didn't have to take off our shoes or anything. So maybe, the $85 a year is good if you're, used to just, buying a ticket and flying the same day, then I can understand it.
You just told the audience something I didn't tell them yet. It was $85 a year. $85 for 5 years, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We didn't tell them it yet.
$85 for 5 years.
But anyway, we'll tell them that when we get to Galen's segment.
Okay.
So this Friday is the first Friday Art Walk Ocala. It is not the first Friday, obviously, but
Nope.
the first Friday was New Year's Day, so they chose to make it on the second Friday.
Yep. Ocala Recreation and Parks Department changed it.
So we've been doing. Rob and I do two different kinds of music. We do music where there's production and singing and everything. But then we also do this stuff where we just play the accordion and the mandolin and sit on the street and
Yeah.
and busk. Right? We're not
Exactly.
busking. We're not busking.
No, we don't ask
Busking,
money.
for those who don't know, is basically street performing for tips.
Yeah, which we did when we raised funds for charitable organizations, but not
But anyway,
this
we're kind of
Friday.
excited about this Friday because when we first started doing First Friday Art Walks, we were normally, around the PIP printer.
Yes.
We were on that street. And then we were down at way at the end of the road, down
Feta.
down by the Feta, which is a nice place, but nobody was coming down to see us.
Nope, we were like right there on Pine Street.
And then they put us up by the Artists Alley, which was outstanding. I love to be in there.
It's really cool,
It was
right
really
up from
good.
the chocolate
But
shop.
this Friday they're putting us by La Cuisine.
Yeah, that is cool.
And the reason I think that's really appropriate is because we do a lot of French music.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
And we have a little model Eiffel Tower we're going to
Yeah.
use too.
It stands about 2.5 feet tall. It's pretty big.
So we're gonna. Are you gonna wear a beret? It might
if it's cold,
rain.
I am.
Might rain.
Oh, if
really?
it rains, if it's cold, I'll wear my black one that I wore in this morning.
I might have some French fries.
There you go. Do they serve French fries at La Cuisine?
I don't know. It was a joke.
Oh. That'll be fun.
My nephew's wife posted that their dog ran away. The dog's name is is missing. I don't know if it ran away or not. So if you live in Silver Spring Shores, it's a 4-year-old German Shepherd named Karma.
Yep.
Interesting
so
name.
cute.
Interesting name.
Black and tan, right?
I would
Is the
say
color, not black and silver. It's black and tan, I think.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Look out. Let us know if you see one.
Should I wait for the news? Yeah, I'll do the news on the other side. That way we can talk about it.
Okay.
Let's see anything else that we can squeeze in here? Oh, there's a ribbon cutting. I can squeeze this in real quickly.
Okay.
The ribbon cutting is tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. 4:30 p.m. It's at Symphony Healthcare, and this is one of those opportunities for you to congratulate a new business. Symphony Healthcare is there to help you with your health. It's a family healthcare. It's a family medical care with a natural twist. Oh, I got it. We utilize a functional format. I should have got this yesterday when I read it the first time. Anyway, there's a website called SHC.
Yeah, for Symphony Healthcare.
Okay, SHCOcala.com. And this is at, where is it? 2100 Southeast 17th Street, Building 900 in suite number 901. And the only other thing I'll say about this is support the businesses in Ocala, of course.
Yep, it's Laurel Run, isn't it? Something like that.
It is in Laurel Run.
Laurel Run, yeah.
Laurel Run Professional Center. And if you have a business, you might want to consider joining the Ocala Marion County Chamber and Economic Partnership, be part of that networking organization, and have your own ribbon cutting that we can announce.
Exactly.
All right, we'll be right back. This is The Source. We'll do news and commentary on the other side.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. President Obama today expected to announce additional background check requirements for gun sales. The move already sparking a confrontation with Republicans in Congress.
House Speaker Paul Ryan is warning the president against executive fiat, describing any executive action on guns an overreach and subverting the legislative branch. Texas Republican John Culberson says he'll prevent the Justice Department from funding any potential order from the president.
Fox's Jared Halpern on Capitol Hill. Eureka, Missouri, one of many towns hit hard by recent record flooding. Michael Butler raised his building several feet back in the 90s to avert damage, but that wasn't good enough for this time.
All of our stuff went underwater. All the paper, all the checks, everything. You know, you can't run a business if you don't have phones, you don't have computers, you don't have checks. You got nothing.
The recent flooding blamed on at least 25 deaths in Illinois and Missouri. Fox News, we report, you decide.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
It's here, Ocala, one of the most anticipated events of the season going back 50 years or more. We're talking about the Camellia Show Spectacular going on right now at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Now's the perfect time for you, your family, your guests to stroll this truly wonderful 5.5-acre wonderland of camellias. You'll see 20-foot trees splashed in color, some rare and exotic specimen camellias, and what's more, now's the perfect time for you to pick up some of these sun and shade-loving beauties for your yard or garden. Today, you can choose a gorgeous heirloom camellia for as little as $14 $14.99. Larger sizes are available, all at equally surprising low Camellia Show prices. See it all in one place this week for sure at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala. They're open daily till 4, Saturdays till 2. This is truly too good to miss.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
Robin, let's try a little plant trivia. Name this nursery. It's a not-for-profit, and it teaches growing and caring for plants to their students.
Oh, that's easy. Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? It's a nursery conveniently located between Ocala and Bellevue.
Again, it's Kenny's Place.
Or how about this one? A nursery with a wide variety of just what you need or want at the most reasonable prices.
Kenny's Place, of course.
Kenny's Place at 7677 Southeast 41st Court. Give them a call at 867-1213. It's a caring place for people and plants. It's Kenny's Place.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Gene and Debbie would like to thank you for another successful year of business. We also want to wish everybody a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2016. We are ready to be of service with our pasture mowing. 352-629-2440. Locally owned and operated, experienced and reliable, commercial and residential, licensed and insured. Powell Gene, Gene at yahoo.com. 352-629-2440. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. 352-629-2440.
Located in Ocala, Rinstar Medical Research has offered a wide range of clinical research trials for 17 years. Rinstar conducts clinical trials for conditions such as migraines, memory decline, fibromyalgia, and sun-damaged skin. To learn more, call Rinstar at 352-629-5800. Help us create a healthier tomorrow by volunteering today. Please call Rinstar at 352-629-5800.
All right, 48 degrees here at the studios of The Source. It is 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Nice looking day, and the forecast is calling it for to remain nice but cool. 60 degrees is the expected high, so keep that sweater or that jacket with you. Lows tonight about the same as they were last night, around the upper 40s. It does get slightly warmer toward the end of the week, but there is rain mentioned for Friday, which we're hoping stays away from the Friday Art Walk festivities. Looking forward to that. I'm sure many of you know that we do videos of most of the interviews that we do here on WOCA, and you probably know that they're on Facebook and on YouTube, and there's just something I want to tell you about this. So I went to look at the most viewed videos, and the number one most viewed video of ours has 34,232 views. It's a video of an interview we did with Karen Hill, when she was with the Marion County Literacy Council. It was August 30th of 2013.
Gosh.
What's funny about this is that we have 21 thumbs up and 29 thumbs down and 10 comments.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who wonder why there would be so many thumbs down on an interview with a sweet lady about a wonderful organization, it's because there are stupid people out there.
Of course there are.
There are stupid people out there. Here's the irony here. Karen is talking in this video, and her work with the Literacy Council and the Literacy Council in general is about teaching people to learn how to read.
Exactly.
Correct?
Correct.
So what does it say under on the interview? It says Karen Hill interview, Marion County Literacy Council. Yes. Okay, so that's all you need to know how to read is those few words.
Exactly.
That's all you need to know how to read. But apparently Karen Hill shares her name with a famous lady named Karen Hill, an actress, I suppose.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know much about famous things.
Well, I've never.
So this is what Rick O'Brien wrote 3 months ago with a thumbs down comment.
Yeah.
Why did they put this Karen Hill interview? She obviously is a Karen Hill of different fame. Well, hello. Did you read the top?
I guess not.
They
didn't even bother to read
Here's the
it.
next one with a thumb down. This Karen Hill looks like Henry's ex-wife. Nah, she doesn't have that New York Jew clip to her voice. Can't be her.
Oh.
People are so nasty.
They're nasty. They're stupid.
Tony Manfredi wrote, it's Karen Hill, just not the Karen Hill. Well, hello.
Yeah.
The first picture you see is Karen Hill, our Karen Hill.
Exactly.
Karen, you're famous.
That's right.
Or you have a friend who's you have a namesake with him.
Our Karen Hill probably does more than the actress Karen Hill. I mean, our Karen Hill helps people in our community.
It is just amazing to me how many people write nasty things on the internet.
Yeah.
And discouraging things or disparaging things or condescending things. And they actually make themselves look stupid in the process.
That's right. Exactly. I mean,
wow.
Don't they know how to read?
Wow. Absolutely crazy.
Gosh.
Anyway, another one that I thought would be fun to talk about is this. We have another one. We did an interview with two guys who are apparently famous in England, and we didn't know.
No.
Their names are Dan Howell and Phil Lester. And A, they're famous in England, and B, they're famous to very, very young people, like, 12, 13, 14-year-olds. And mostly girls, I think. And so...
and they have a different name they go by, right? They don't say their full name?
They have some kind of different name, yeah. So, but anyway, these kids gave us all thumbs up, 239 thumbs up.
That's cool.
No thumbs down at all, 4,600 views. So they gave us all thumbs up, but some of the comments are, the theme music reminds me of the Illuminati.
Yeah, that's.
Well, I have to agree with
music.
them on that. Here's the theme music we use.
Okay.
No, not that one. Not that one. Where's?
No.
No, that's not the one I use.
No, that's not the one.
Oh yeah, it is. It's this one. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It does sound like the Illuminati. Yeah, yes, they're right.
I guess it's a bad
Okay, so they were picking on the theme music a little bit.
Okay.
And then somebody else. The intro music was so intense, I'm laughing.
This guy's 13.
And another one, why do they sound like they're talking through their nose, talking about the interviewers? That would be you and I, Robin.
Yeah.
Why do they sound like they're talking through their nose? And then somebody else says, well, they're American. That's their accent.
I love that.
I didn't know that to a British person, the American accent sounds like we're talking through our noses.
Yeah, right.
Didn't know that.
That's funny from different perspectives.
Of course, maybe that day we had a cold. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that would be funny. All right, some of the news things here.
At least we're a hit with the 12-year-olds.
Yeah, we're not. No, we are not a hit. No, they don't care about us. They care about these two guys. And apparently they're gay, and I didn't know that. And when I asked them, are you guys married? I didn't mean to each other. I meant, do you have wives?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean...
Right. I mean, that's a legitimate question. We
Yeah.
like to delve into people's personalities and their history.
All right, here's some of the
We're not mean.
news items. President Obama will propose a series of executive actions to curb gun violence today.
Yep.
Focusing on businesses that buy and sell guns at gun shows, flea markets, and online without a license. Allowing buyers to evade a background check required at brick-and-mortar gun stores. Calling the issue of gun violence one piece of unfinished business as he enters the last full year of his presidency. Obama said he gets too many letters to sit around and do nothing. But anything Obama does by executive action is likely to be undone if a Republican moves into the White House in 2017. Yeah. So if you want to call in and give me your opinion on this, I would love to hear it.
So what's he been doing for 7 years?
Well, let me just tell you my opinion. Based on what I just read, it doesn't really sound like that bad of an idea. Doing it as an executive action may be something I have a little issue with.
Yeah, that's the issue.
But in other words, if I was a congressman and he came to Congress, he said, this is what we want to do. I thought, okay, that doesn't sound like such a bad idea. Okay. But those people who are smarter than me when it comes to this gun issue are saying something that is kind of troubling. And what they're saying is that what this would mean is that you could not hand, or rather, what do you call it when you give somebody something younger in your family? Bequeath?
I can't remember. Bequeath. You can't
pass on. You can't pass on.
As a tradition.
Yeah, you can't pass along the family rifle to your son.
Well, that's not.
Without a background check.
Yeah, that's not going to stop anybody.
Oh, do you have one?
No.
Oh, okay.
But his executive action isn't going to stop anybody from handing down their guns.
Well, what it would mean is I can't give. Okay, let's look at it this way. I can't give my son a car without registering the car first.
Right.
So it would be the same thing as that. And that seems to be the big stickler that most people have with this, whatever they suppose he's going to do, because you don't really know what he's going to do until he does it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So anybody have any thoughts? You are welcome to call 622-9622.
But it's not fair for him to target the Republicans, because there were a few Democrats that voted against him too, but he's not bringing up his own party. So that's
that mention of Republicans was from the person who wrote the news piece. That wasn't from the president.
Yeah, but that person should have said, Democrats also.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Hi, Linda.
Hi. I have one thought about why, Obama is doing what he's doing, without going through Congress and all that, is none of them get along and make a decision. You come with a good plan, but because, you got the Republicans and Democrats all fighting against each other, nothing gets through. If they'd all get along and work together,
true.
Maybe we could get a good gun bill passed. The other thing is that I've heard that he wants to get the guns off the streets. You got all these killings in Chicago. But all the people doing the killings in Chicago and New York and where these children are getting killed, they're not legal guns. They're all illegal guns.
Right. I know.
They're bought in the black market. So you got to put emphasis where it belongs. And then last night I heard on the news and that the states mandate their gun rules, and not the federal government. Like the state determines if you have to have background check
right.
To buy a gun, or if you can hand a gun down from in the state like that. So I don't know how that'll change anything, but I think you put the emphasis where it belongs. Stop the killings. I don't know how many killings were in Chicago. My grandson lives in Chicago. He's 11, and every time I hear that, I cringe and I worry. But get the illegal guns off the street. Work on that.
The more laws you make,
buy a gun.
Right, and Linda, the more laws you make, and this is repeated and repeated. I'm not saying anything new, but the more laws you make, the more people will violate the law. If you're already a bad guy, you're already gonna. Yeah. All right, thank you. Appreciate the thought.
You're never going to obey the law if you're going to do it. If you want to do something bad.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. Yeah. Thank you, Linda. Do you know the other day on New Year's there was a story about a couple of people got hurt with celebratory bullets, people shooting guns into the sky?
Yep.
And I thought the term celebratory bullet was awfully odd, because it's almost like they didn't mean any harm. Well, that would be like me throwing some knives into the air. And I didn't mean it. It was a celebratory knife.
Exactly.
It's crazy to.
That's
anyway.
right.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah. Good morning. The Second Amendment says Congress shall make no law infringing upon the right to keep and bear arms. That means Congress ain't allowed to do it. There are some things that the president can do through executive order regarding federal employees. A postman is not allowed to carry a weapon.
Okay. But back in the days of the Founding Fathers, there were no cars. So there was no law that said you must register your vehicle because there were no vehicles.
Now
hold on. Let me finish.
The states are.
Can I finish, Jim?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll wait.
I just want to finish what I'm saying, and I respect you greatly, and you know that. What I'm trying to say is that, and I'm saying this to say it, not to say that I agree with what I'm saying necessarily, but the argument to have the guns registered is the same argument as registering a car, just so that every vehicle, every car is registered. Simple as that. And so a car doesn't get into the hands of somebody who can't drive, and a gun doesn't get into the hands of somebody who shouldn't have a gun. And the third part is simple. The part I mentioned before anybody started calling was that the big worry is that you won't be able to pass your gun down to your grandson without having to go through a background check for your grandson. Okay.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And that's a reasonable thing to worry about, because that's sort of a backdoor way of removing a gun from somebody.
Yeah.
And they the Second Amendment certainly means that they cannot confiscate a weapon from you. But now the 50 states can pass appropriate regulations regarding the use of firearms, but they cannot prohibit you from owning a firearm unless you're a known criminal.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing to disagree with there. All right, thank you, Jim. Appreciate the thoughts.
Okay, bye.
But known criminals have guns. They just don't register them because they get them from other places.
So let me take another phone
Law
call.
isn't going to help.
Take another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Larry and Robin. It's Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, guys. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thanks. I just have always enjoyed saying that, even since I was a kid. I'm very old, and but we've never not said it. But in any case, concerning guns, I just would share. I was watching some people on C-SPAN, the leading gun research people from Colgate University. It's one of those fancy schools. They knew what they were talking about, and they basically traced all what we deem as illegal weapons. Really start out at these fairground shows, or what do you call the gun shows? The gun shows, and actually, whether those sellers there are legitimate or not, that's not the accusation. What they're saying is the guns start out legal, then they go to another legal buyer, and then they go to shady ground. And so what they're saying is they want to be able to trace stuff back, and also closing the gun show loophole, which it sounded like you kind of agreed with, Larry. Just one point of interest, I thought the listeners might appreciate that one of the guns in San Bernardino shooting, believe it or not, was traced back to a gun shop in Miami from 10, 15, 20 years ago. What's the point of that? But in other words, liability is also the issue when it comes to handing down weapons. If you take a look at the shooting at the grade school in Connecticut, where the mother provided the gun to the son who had some type of mental disabilities. And I'm not saying that's a direct, I'm not trying to make a direct connection there, but I think what we're looking at are about legal liabilities more so than trying to stop, a person immediately right in a circumstance. In other words, like Jim just alluded to, it kind of snatches it out of their hands in advance, because if they have mental issues, that's the other thing that the president's trying to endorse. But the poor thing that when we read on Facebook, you can't even discuss guns with some people on Facebook. They just go crazy when you even discuss it. And I found it interesting today that a guy in an open carry state, I'm trying to think where it was in Oregon just last night or yesterday. He had an open carry on his pistol and he got robbed of it. Being an ex-cop, we just laugh. Cops get robbed of their guns sometimes, and some cops carry a backup gun on their ankle for that very reason. So, I mean, it's a dangerous world, but guns are not a solution. No one's coming for your guns. We just think that mentally ill people and criminals need to be kept away from them. And one way to do it is by what's called closing the gun show loophole, where they don't have to do a background check on people. If you walk in there with $5,000, you can buy a lot of guns, I guess. And that's what drug dealers get their money, and they go in and they'll hire somebody to do it. And so a lot of the guns in New York and Chicago, like your earlier caller said, they start out in the South, where guns seem to be a part of their culture. Which I haven't seen any guns, but I guess they keep them in their houses for all the imaginary deer they don't shoot. But have a great day, Larry.
Thank you, Mark. Well, I don't think I think most people who have guns don't have them for shooting deer. Some people do.
Yeah.
I know that the guys who come in here on the Veterans News, that I remember the day they all said they had a gun on them.
Yeah, right,
It's kind of a funny moment there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's not because they're gun hunting deer.
The protection.
But at the same time, I mean, I do agree with what Mark said. If if you have somebody who's not qualified to, using my car comparison, if you have somebody who can't be trusted behind the wheel of a car, then he shouldn't have a license to drive a car. It doesn't mean he won't violate the law and get behind the wheel anyway. Mm-hmm. It just means we're not endorsing it. We're not allowing him to do that. There's a legal course for a police officer to arrest that person, right?
Right.
If you're in a car and you don't have a license, you get arrested for being in a car.
Right.
And so the same thing would be, and this is the shady ground. This is what the National Rifle Association. This is the part of this that they're worried about. That there's going to be you'll need to have a license to have a gun, even though the Congress the Constitution guarantees your right to bear arms.
Right. Exactly.
But if you have to have a license to have a gun, then and you have to have a license to carry, right? Mm-hmm. Right. Then if you have a gun and you don't have a license, then you are obviously legally potentially arrestable, I guess is the word, right?
And then what happens if this law passes and it says that Grandpa has to register his gun, and then if he's going to pass it down, well, what happens if Grandpa registers the gun, the grandfather dies, he wants his 10-year-old grandson to have it. Now, when the grandfather dies, is the government going to get a notification of his death, and he's going to say, okay, where is this gun going? And then they go to the home, well, the 10-year-old's going to get it. Well, no, we're going to have to impound this gun for 8 years until the grandson gets 18, then we'll do a background check, and we're going to keep the gun until that time.
Yeah, and I think that's probably a viable argument.
Yeah, this is bad.
And concern. It's not the only piece of news, though. Let's take a little break. And oh, geez, we're so close to the end. There were a few other stories this morning. All right, we'll do them on the other side.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Tuesday, a mix of clouds and sun and becoming breezy. There can be a shower along the coast, the high 59 in the north to 68 in the south. Partly cloudy Tuesday night. There may be a shower in spots along the coast with more clouds. Lows ranging from the upper 40s and low 50s, well inland to the low 60s on the beaches. For Wednesday, variable cloudiness and breezy with a passing shower, high 67 to 71. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Looking to put your money to work? Florida Credit Union has 3 CD specials. 12 months for 1.05% APY, 24 months for 1.50% APY, and 36 months for 1.75% APY each with a $10,000 minimum. Federally insured by the NCUA. APY equals annual percentage yield. These rates effective through February 28, 2016, subject to change at any time. Visit one of Florida Credit Union's convenient locations today or their website at flcu.org.
We all know the importance of good health, but we may not know the latest advances in medicine that are available to us. Monday at 9 a.m., Bern Paraiso will be our roving medical reporter to tell us about Seven Hill Gastroenterology PA and Dr. Reddy. We'll discuss screening, techniques, and more. So tune in and listen. This is more than news you can use. It's news that could save your life. That's Monday at 9:05 a.m.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
All right, let's see if I can do this in 3.5 minutes. None of the other stories are probably as important. This affluenza teen. I love this word, affluenza. So he's so rich, he gets off easy after killing 4 people with his vehicle. Tanya Couch, the mother of the affluenza teen, Ethan Couch, will face an extradition hearing in Los Angeles today as Texas authorities seek to bring her home to face charges for helping her son flee to Mexico.
Yeah.
How did this become a national story? It's because of the word affluenza. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's because of the defense that his attorney used, saying like, he was so rich when he was a kid, he didn't understand how to behave.
That's right. So it's okay that he wiped out the lives of 4 people, that he killed them.
Starbucks adds a new latte macchiato to its menu today.
Ooh, I wonder what that is.
Starbucks is introducing a latte macchiato, a new espresso drink, to its permanent menu. It's the 6th drink on the core espresso menu.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Donald Trump's first television ad will begin airing today in the early campaign states of Iowa and New Hampshire. It highlights some of the most provocative parts of his presidential campaign platform, including calls for a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border and a temporary ban on the entry of Muslims into the United States. The ad is the billionaire businessman's first foray into the world of television advertising, and after spending 2015 dominating polls and headlines while avoiding major ad spending. So now he's buying things.
Yeah, well, good for him. Good for him. He needs to, he lays out the things, and, you know, whether people like it or not, at least he's laying stuff out. He's not like the others that are pussyfooting around.
Pussyfooting.
Yep.
I like that. Must be a Wisconsinism.
Yeah, it is. He's telling it like it is, and everybody else is just
I'm trying to picture this.
pussyfooting
Okay,
around.
and the other news item. I have so many different pictures in my mind. There's so many pictures. Some of them are okay. All right, and there's what is the CES, Robin?
The who?
The CES.
What is the CES?
Oh, we have a guest coming on next week about this. It's the Internet of Things. Might be taking us. There's no better place than the gadget extravaganza CES.
Oh, the Consumer Electronics Show.
There you go.
I had to figure out what the, you know.
Today
Consumer Electronics.
Today is press day at the Consumer Electronics Show, featuring sessions with the biggest names in technology. Some of the cool stuff we've seen so far: the world's first smart bra,
Oh, now I got to see this.
a tiny live streaming video camera, and a headphone without wires that streams music.
Oh,
Things we're looking forward to: Ford and Toyota showing off the latest in self-driving cars. And newcomer Faraday Future unveiling its long-awaited answer to the Tesla. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Obama getting ready to reveal executive actions on gun control.
The president is expected to announce today he's taking action to expand background checks for some private gun sales and provide more funding for mental health care, as well as for more FBI agents. 230 more examiners would be hired to process background checks.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland.
Republicans aren't happy. Presidential candidates, including Ted Cruz, say they'd repeal the actions.
We don't beat the bad guys by taking away our guns. We beat the bad guys by using our guns.
The ATF will issue updated guidance saying the government can consider someone a gun dealer regardless of where they're sold.
A standoff with police at a hotel in Georgia reportedly over, the suspect stabbing himself in the neck.